So again, good evening. My name is Michael Burton with Gateway for Cancer Research, an organization dedicated to funding high-impact, early-phase clinical trials in oncology. It's been said by many who are in a position to know that defeating cancer is the greatest challenge known to humankind, an objective of unparalleled complexity and daunting odds. And yet we keep at it. Sustained by our optimism for future progress and the many successes we've achieved in the fight to end the many diseases we call cancer. Successes like the development of Gleevec to tame chronic myelogenous leukemia, Herceptin to treat HER2-positive breast cancer, and more recently, immunotherapies that have transformed the treatment of malignancies once considered intractable. So make no mistake, we have achieved a great deal in this field, especially in the 5 decades since the passing of the National Cancer Act, and we have learned a great deal more. I'd like to suggest that one of the most important insights we've gained is this: in the fight against cancer, there is power in numbers. So no one person, no one nonprofit, no one academic research institution or biopharmaceutical company or government agency will by itself bring cancer to heal. The overwhelming complexity of this disease and the resources needed to make progress against it requires that we come together whenever and wherever possible as partners to collaborate, to join forces, and to collectively bring to bear the critical mass of talent and effort required to end this disease as we know it. So there is power in numbers. And that's really why we're gathered here this evening. We are here to announce and to celebrate a new collaboration between Gateway for Cancer Research and Conquer Cancer, the ASCO Foundation. A partnership that we are confident will truly make a difference for the field and for the patients we serve. It is my great pleasure to announce the launch of the Gateway Discovery Grant Program in collaboration with Conquer Cancer, who will serve as Gateway's scientific partner for this exciting new effort. We've created this program to identify compelling areas of inquiry in the field of cancer research and care, and to provide grants in the amount of $1.5 million to the talented clinician scientists best positioned to pursue those areas. Each grant cycle will focus on a new opportunity, an emerging area of cancer science, an unmet need, a therapeutic intervention that shows great promise. For the inaugural Gateway Discovery Grant, we are focused on immunotherapy, a field identified by ASCO in its most recent report on the progress against cancer as one of its 9 research priorities. On this point, our organizations are completely aligned. Gateway for Cancer Research has in recent years made significant philanthropic investments in immunotherapy, and we are eager to further advance this exciting field of cancer science and clinical care. In addition to the impressive scale of funding provided by Gateway and the expert scientific peer review and grants management led by Conquer Cancer, Gateway Discovery Grants are notable for another important reason. We will be guided first and foremost by the talented men and women in the trenches of clinical cancer research as we seek proposals for support. Our requests for proposals will not be overly prescriptive. We are intent on tapping into the deep expertise, the creativity, and the entrepreneurial spirit of the cancer research community. Before I introduce Dr. Markman, who was absolutely instrumental in helping develop the Gateway Discovery Grant Program, I would like to thank and acknowledge some very special people, starting with my colleagues at Conquer Cancer, the ASCO Foundation. Although this is a new collaboration for Gateway and Conquer Cancer, it is not the first time we've come together in support of clinical cancer research. For a number of years now, Gateway has proudly funded a Conquer Cancer Young Investigator Award, something we consider to be a very smart investment in the future of the field. I am very thankful to Nancy Daly and her team at Conquer Cancer, especially Eileen Melnick and Susan Sandler, who work side by side with Gateway's leadership team to put this exciting new program in place. And what an honor it is to have ASCO CEO Cliff Hudis with us this evening, along with Dr. Skip Burris, President of Clinical Operations and Chief Medical Officer at Sarah Cannon. Dr. Burris will take the reins of ASCO tomorrow, I believe. Dr. Burris, good luck with that very new and important role. I am extraordinarily grateful to Richard Stevenson, to his wife, Dr. Stacy Stevenson, and the entire Stevenson family for their passionate and stalwart support of Gateway for Cancer Research and the broader mission of advancing cancer science and care. I see Dr. Chris and Jamie with us this evening. Thank you, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for everything you do for Gateway. I also see Shelby Stevenson. Thank you for joining us, Shelby. It's great to have you here. I also want to acknowledge and I want to thank CTCA, Cancer Treatment Centers of America, for its extraordinary support of Gateway for Cancer Research. Thanks to CTCA's generous underwriting, 99 cents of every dollar we raise goes directly to fund cancer research. So I'm pleased to see CTCA's new president and CEO, Dr. Pat Basui, here this evening, along with the clinical and research leadership of CTCA. Welcome, Pat. Where are you? I know he's around here somewhere. It's so good to have you here, and again, congratulations on your appointment. I want to acknowledge and I want to thank the many members of the Gateway and the CTCA Board of Directors who have joined us this evening. I also want to recognize this evening Dana Dornsife, Chairman of the Board and founder of the Lazarix Foundation. I'm sure that most of you are aware of Lazarix and the important work that they're doing. And if you're not, I would encourage you to really take a hard look at this organization and what they're really doing for the field. So thank you, Dana, for joining us, and thank you for all your amazing work. And Mary Lou Smith. Mary Lou, where are you? There you are. Patient advocate extraordinaire and Gateway for Cancer Research board member who's with us this evening. Thank you, Mary Lou, so much for your guidance and good counsel throughout as we work together to stand this program up. I could go on, but I won't. In closing, I would just like to say thank you for everyone, to everyone for being here this evening. And as I stand here looking out across this room at all the talented, the dedicated, and the passionate cancer fighters here tonight, it's never been clearer to me, and I hope to you, that in the fight against cancer, there is power in numbers. Thank you so much. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce President of Medicine and Science at CTCA, 2018 Giants in Cancer Care inductee, and friend to both ASCO and Gateway for Cancer Research, Dr. Maurie Markman.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and it's an honor and an absolute delight to stand up here in front of you with colleagues and friends and to hear about the announcement of this award. I do not have an official role at Gateway, but I've been delighted and honored to serve as an informal advisor to Michael. And with conversations with him and the leaders of Gateway, it became clear to me that the vision, their vision for what they wanted to do moving forward, the impact they wanted to have on cancer through research, aligned incredibly with ASCO. And with my close relationships with ASCO for now, according to this, oh, I don't have my badge on, over 35 years, and knowing the leadership, I was delighted to have the opportunity to help arrange and be part of some of the initial conversations. To emphasize the closeness of this, Cliff Hudis, the CEO of ASCO, was a fellow at Memorial when I was on the faculty there, and he became a faculty member. And I cannot leave out Nancy Daly, the director of the Cancer Foundation for ASCO, who I've known now for more than 35 years. At my fellowship at Johns Hopkins, she was a nurse who taught me what I should be doing. And the opportunity to bring these groups together, and then you've just heard what is going to happen, is incredible. Richard Stevenson, the Stevenson family, CTCA, has been committed to cancer research with the Gateway Foundation for more than 25 years. And the development of this new award, the Gateway Discovery Grant Program, in partnership with the ASCO Conquer Cancer Foundation, puts this organization in a position to significantly increase its impact as a funder of innovative cancer research, and that's the vision of Gateway and of ASCO. It is my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Cynthia Wetmore, Division Chief, Hematology and Oncology, Phoenix Children's Hospital, a recent recipient of a Gateway grant, to share her thoughts on being a Gateway awardee and what the announcement tonight means to her and to her colleagues in cancer research. Cynthia.
Thank you very much. I'm profoundly grateful and very honored by this award. And I'm going to have to say, I'm really glad I slipped under right before it became such a high-profile award, because I would be concerned about the competition. But I was just thrilled and honored to receive news in February that my clinical trial, phase 1 trial, was going to be funded. And it's a very exciting trial in collaboration with some engineers at Arizona State University. And we're looking at this very novel RNA frameshift peptide vaccine that we're going to combine with checkpoint inhibitors. So the vaccine will stimulate the B cells, we hope, and then the checkpoint inhibitors will help stimulate the T cells, and we hope by harnessing both aspects of the immune system, we're going to make a difference in children with brainstem gliomas. So I am very excited at this opportunity, and I'm also very honored to speak to you today. I found Gateway tremendously welcoming. They're a wonderful organization. I feel that I'm one of the family. They've embraced me as one of their own. They've counseled me when I was applying. What are you looking for? They're looking for something innovative. And how should I submit these ideas? They want a protocol. It was the website is phenomenally easy to navigate. They only ask for the important things. You don't have to go on and on and on. Pages and pages. The most important piece of the application, I think, is really the protocol and also the innovation of it. I am pleased to be a member of the family, and I celebrate the partnership now with ASCO. I think I've been a member at ASCO for probably 10 years, since I was a senior fellow, and I'm thrilled to be here now and celebrate this wonderful partnership that's going to do so much for patients and families. And another unique thing about the Gateway Award is that it really takes into consideration the family and the patient perspective. So any part of the award, they want patient perspectives. And so we're partnering with some of our investigators at Phoenix Children's to look at PROMISE. And we're looking at patient-reported outcomes and see how these vaccines in young children, and also the infusion of the checkpoint inhibitors, how it affects the daily life of the patient, and how it impacts whether they can go to school and play at home and spend time with their friends and family. So I think especially when we're dealing with a fatal disease in children with a 2-year survival of less than 5%, and these are little kids, we want to make sure that we're not compromising their life as we're trying to improve the chance for cure. So I'm very excited. I really appreciate your trust in me. We're going to enroll our first patient later this fall, and I just wish that our patients and families can have one day to celebrate as well as we make major strides in curing this terrible cancer. Thank you very much.
So I am pleased to introduce one more speaker as part of our formal program tonight, and that is Dr. Cliff Hudis, CEO of ASCO and Conquer Cancer, who would like to say a few words as we celebrate the launch of our collaboration.
Michael, thank you very much. Our Chief Philanthropic Officer, Nancy Daly, always talks about the power of partnership. And I think you've illuminated that already tonight. And I am delighted on behalf of Nancy, the entire team at Conquer Cancer, and the boards of the Conquer Cancer Foundation, as well as the American Society of Clinical Oncology, to join you as we pursue this mission together of conquering cancer worldwide by funding research, breakthrough research, and sharing cutting-edge knowledge. Through our grants and award program, we support and we encourage excellence in clinical and translational research all across oncology, all areas. Now, for this grant, where we know there is a focus precisely aligned with our 9 research priorities, the benefit I hope we can bring is that our net is wide. We draw in participants and therefore applications and applicants from across the cancer spectrum, from around the world, every part of cancer, all of the problems and challenges and obstacles we face are included in the broad ASCO family. We are delighted, honored to be the scientific partner to Gateway for Cancer Research on this new program. Gateway's significant, and that doesn't begin to mention, to capture it. Your extraordinary funding, combined with Conquer Cancer's high caliber peer review, if I may be so immodest, will provide vital support for cancer research that is essential to making progress against cancer and giving people with cancer ever more effective treatment options. Conquer Cancer uses a rigorous peer review process that is guided by ASCO's expert oncologists and volunteers who, as I say, represent the broadest range of cancer specialty areas. It is partnerships like these that are behind the breakthroughs that everybody is looking for today and tomorrow, and is why we refer to the power of partnership. The inaugural grant under the Gateway Discovery Grant Program will focus on immunotherapy. As you've heard, applications will open on July 1st and close September 27th, 2019. To apply, you can go to asco.org/grants-awards. You can go online, and we will make it easy enough to find. Now, Maurie mentioned that at the beginning of my career, I was fortunate enough to have him as an attending. What he didn't tell you is that I think he was my attending within the first 4 weeks of my oncology fellowship, and he was an expert, and I was a bumbling fool. I've spent the last 30-something years just trying to make it up to him. And Maurie, I'm still trying, and I hope we don't disappoint. Thank you very much.
Dr. Hudis, thank you. Dr. Wetmore, Dr. Markman, thank you very much. That concludes the formal program. We still have lots of time. Please feel free to hit the bar. Lots of good food. Enjoy each other's company. And thank you so much for joining us and helping us to celebrate the launch of the Gateway Discovery Grant Program. Thank you.